It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And coming up, we'll see this team's sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Hope y'all ready for this one. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. Back to throw. Greene, throw left side, complete. That's Sutton. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season. Operating from the gun, Greene. Into space at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a first. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Arnold. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Off the play fake. Greene. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. When you look at this defense, they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll send the tight end in motion. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Looking to throw. Greene. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Now the first carry here for the running back. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory?
Touchdown! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week, as they won going into that, and no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them, because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now, as they will send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice, because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. 3rd and 3. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Swain, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. But you look at this defense. They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better, because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On first down, Swain. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Up the middle they go. Swain. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 3rd down and 4.
Back to throw. Greene. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 46-yard line.
On the counter, this is Hyde. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Freeman. And he's taken down inside the 30. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 22-yard line.
And back to the ground. Hyde. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll set up a throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Walker. And he will take it in for the touchdown. From 10 yards out. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end.
2nd and 3.
Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. Result is a 1st down.
Looking to throw. Greene. He completes this to Sutton. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Off the bootleg. Greene. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back to throw again. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He threw a touchdown pass last time they had it. And he'll look to get him in the end zone again here as they start with a 1st down.
They start the drive with Hyde.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Gets it off to Freeman. And he's going to be dropped quickly right there at the 48, a couple yards shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. Still going inside the 20.
And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Hyde. Fights off the defender. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
And he's got it complete to Fowler. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. From the gun, a give to Hyde.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. To throw is Greene. Throwing to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
2nd down and 4.
Back to throw. Greene. Got a man open. It's Sutton. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
That is caught, and he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Greene now. A final shot before break. His throw incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon. Well, this has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And that has to be so frustrating because you know that they had something set up there for this first drive of the 2nd half. It wasn't the fumble.
Sometimes no matter what you go over at halftime, no matter what you say, errors will result, and that's exactly what happened here. They were trying to change things from what happened in the first half. Instead, they continue to make mistakes.
23 yards on the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Greene. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the 2nd half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air. As we take you through some of the action from earlier, this secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to avoid him at the 40. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came
Still
out.
first down.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 13-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Hyde will take it in. Touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Throwing to start the drive. Greene. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. Off play action. Greene. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there on third down. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll run on first down. Swain. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
2nd and 7.
Off the play fake. Greene. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. Greene to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Now they send a man in motion right.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there was definitely some urgency, because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field.
And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
That one good for 14 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and 6. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So now out comes this offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once more. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Greene.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they do finally get him at the 12. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 48 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Greene looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back live here now in Salt Lake City, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 5.
Looking for and finding Arnold once again.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And we are keeping a close eye on his catches. A really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900.
Now Greene from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Our home team, 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44-yard line, here's second down and 5. Looking to throw. Tomlinson. Over the middle this time to Fowler. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down. Up the middle, high. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Off the RPO, he completes it. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Tomlinson firing quickly, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest and a first down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll run for it with Hyde. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Tomlinson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
That one in the books as a 12-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Back to throw. Greene. He finds his man. Complete. It's Arnold. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The offense on third down tonight, they've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They go play action here on first down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
In motion, the tight end. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a give, right side. Swain, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Looking to throw. Greene. It's Arnold on the slant. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Greene. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 13, a minute 51 on the clock. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. Throwing to start the drive. Tomlinson. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Gets it off to Freeman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. Tomlinson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Now 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Tomlinson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And they take a knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for our visitors, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Salt Lake City, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.